Hello, Gundam fans. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. We got some new news today regarding the Season 2 Mobius unit and matchmaking adjustments. Let's get right into these news. We got a lot of buffs, we got a lot of nerfs, and we got a lot of new matchmaking adjustments, so I'm pretty excited about this new season. Plus, we also have that new Gundam coming out soon. Quite nice. This patch is going to take form in November 30th. So, new unit introduction. They're just talking about new Gundam. I kind of get through this really quick because I figured a lot of you guys already seen the Gundam. So, he has a beam rifle that's a semi-auto medium range. He has fin funnels that activate after you mark your target, maximum of 2. He has a hyper bazooka that can be used to engage or disengage. And he has a fin funnel barrier that gives you a big dome around you, and you have like 3000 HP. And the only way you can shoot new Gundam or do any type of damage to him is by going inside his shield and hurting him, or breaking his shield completely. Now we got a bunch of nerfs to Power Rider, which is unlucky. Power Rider was a really good unit, but they nerfed his bullpup machine gun from 60 to 58. And this sucks because he has a lot of drop off as it is as a mobile suit. So the 60 to 58, I know a bunch of Power Rider mains are going to feel it. And then his repair pod, his healing, they reduced the heal per second from 200 to 120, which is quite a bit. You're talking about 80 heal per second just instantly gone from your kit. And then cooldown, they increased it from 14 to 16 seconds. So these Power Rider nerfs are they're gonna suck. But I guess with good reason, right? So Zaku 2 range, man, I don't know why they nerfed his ammo. I mean, the damage was increased from 46 to 48, but his ammo was decreased from 30 to 28. That doesn't really make sense because in high elo, like new type play, he doesn't really get played a lot. Even in Masters, he doesn't really get played a lot. He's not like the most terrible character, but there's just so many more better characters that you can win with that it doesn't make sense to use Zaku 2 range. But hopefully with this damage increase, we see a little more Zaku 2 range gameplay. That'll be nice, but I doubt it. And then his Heat Hawk Slash, they actually increased how long it takes to activate, so it went from 65 to 68,000 points. That's basically it with range. Barbados, man, this dude, Barbados is mad after this patch. So his HP went up from 1,000 to 1,100. They nerfed the damage on his longsword or his down smash. It used to one hit any 800 HP target. Now it does 400 per target, so that takes half of an 800 HP target. They expanded the range of the hit, so in theory it should be easier to land. They shortened the post motion delay, so after you would use his down smash, it would take him like a second or two to kind of get out of it, and then they decreased the cooldown on it from 8 seconds to 7. So a bunch of nice buffs to the longsword, but they decreased the damage a lot, so that's going to be bad. Honestly, I believe each mace hit, like his auto attack, does 300, if I'm not incorrect. So the longsword, I believe they should have had the direct hit damage at 500 so he can land a mace hit, and then he can kind of get out of there. We'll see how this patch does for Barbados. But I'm pretty sure a bunch of Barbados mains are crying right now because that longsword was everything and landing the right click was so hard. The Alaya Vijana system, they gave it a bunch of great buffs because it took forever to activate. So 7,000 to 62, that's quite nice. The hit stop, that's just basically like after you hit things, it just helps you recover quicker. It's always nice. And then a down, this is the big one here. A down enemy goes from disabled to instantly destroyed. So if you down an enemy with his ult, they instantly get destroyed. So that's actually really good because nothing hurts the worst when you can down 2 or 3 enemies with his ult and they all get revived. So this is going to be big buffs to Barbados. You basically just wipe everybody off the map. So Zazabi, the beam shot rifle, his main gun, the shot spread was decreased from 4 to 3.3, which is quite a nice buff. That's really it with Zazabi, nothing too insane. Methus, the energy cable, they actually increased the amount required to activate his ult, so it went from 7,800 to 9,200. Talking about what, 1,400 points right there of an increase to activate his ult. So Meta's mains are gonna feel this because they're not gonna get their ult as quick as they would like, and Exia and whoever gets their ult, like Pell Rider, maybe Turn A, whoever gets the Meta's ult is gonna feel this because they're not gonna be able to combo ult as quickly, which is gonna kind of slow down the gameplay a little bit. But I guess it's gonna require more mobile suit on mobile suit action as opposed to relying on ult action. So I think this is a step in the right direction personally, but we'll see how it actually plays when the patch comes out. Dom Trooper. He got nerfed. His armor gun went from 10 seconds to 13. But aside from that, Dom Trooper's still viable, still meta, still the king of splash damage, so it's fine. Dom Trooper mains aren't really going to feel this too much. It's just armor gun. But it still sucks because you're not going to be able to armor your teammates as often as possible. Moving on, we got Turn A Gundam. His overhead throw, they increased the time it takes until the grab actually begins, like the animation. So it used to be 0.42, now it's 0.5. Gun Tank, they increased the multi-lock damage from 18 to 21. So Gun Tank mains would definitely love this buff. You'll probably see a little more play than usual. Gundam Exia, he had a bunch of significant nerfs. So his GN Beam Saber, that's like his slash attack, like his close range slash attack, not his long range one. They increased the hit stop, so how long it takes for him to recover, which is a good thing. They basically made it faster for him to recover. But they also increased the cooldown by 1 more second if it was cancelled, which is unlucky. And then another thing that I kind of consider a significant nerf was his quick step. That was his extra dash. They increased the seconds from 9 to 12, so that's pretty unlucky. Marsai, they buffed his beam blade, basically his melee attack, and they shortened the post motion delay. Mahiro, the Rendo grenade, the detection range, they increased it from 20 to 180, which is a really big buff for Mahiro. Hopefully when he shoots his pellets and it gets within range, or when it goes beyond a certain range, they're actually going to go off instead of just rolling on the ground and doing nothing and then waiting to explode where people have time to dodge. So this is a big buff for Mahiro. And then Zaku 2 melee. I don't know why they keep nerfing this guy into the ground. He was OP on launch, which I agreed, and then they nerfed him, and I think he was in a kind of a sweet spot, but now they're nerfing him even more. His HP from 1200 to 11, so he has 100 less HP. When he goes into rage, he has an extra 100 rage or armor. So 1200 to 11, when he goes into rage, 500 to 600. So basically that 100 HP they took away, they added it to the Xeon rage, but you need to get the bar meter full in order to actually see those gains. But I still don't understand why they nerfed his HP. I kind of felt his HP was fine because, like I said, in higher elo, it's pretty easy to melt a Zaku melee because he's such a big target, and everybody doesn't like Zaku melee, so everybody just shoots him anyways. But I guess in lower elos, he was a menace most likely. His guard tackle was increased from 7 seconds to 9 seconds, which sucks as well. His engage and disengage basically became worse. And then his ultimate, they increased how long it takes to actually get by another 500 points. So Zaku melee is, man, he's feeling these nerfs, I guarantee it. You're gonna see a lot more losses with Zaku melee on the team, but it is what it is. And last but not least, alright, let's get into the matchmaking side of the patch notes. This is just them talking about what they're going to do for matchmaking. So, Season 1, there were many problems with matching and ratings, and we have made numerous corrections and updates to the system. We apologize again for any inconvenience this may have caused to our players. Before we begin to explain the adjustments we will be making in Season 2, we would first like to give you an update on the Season 1 matching situation. The average waiting time for a match was about 40 seconds. During high player traffic, the average rate difference between the two teams was less than 100 in about 87% of the matches. In approximately 76% of the matches, the party composition of both teams was the same. Although the overall results showed a certain level of effectiveness, the accuracy of the rate difference and party composition was still insufficient. Based on the data obtained and the feedback we receive, we will make the following adjustments. Okay, that's good. In order to address the fact that there are so many matches with different party compositions, resulting in dissatisfaction with the difference in rates and party compositions, the following improvements will be made. Revised restriction on party participation in ranked match, adjustment of logic to make it more difficult for party and solo players to be matched. Ratings. We have received the following comments regarding rate fluctuation in the results of wins and losses. Complaints about the fact that the higher rated players in the team have a smaller rate increase and a larger rate decrease than the other player. Wow, they're actually listening. This is actually huge. If you had a new type player lose to a master or even diamond player, they would lose about 100. Whereas if they were to beat them, they only gain about like 50, maybe 40, that's not fair. And then when there is a gap between the ranks of the two teams at the time of matching, the amount of rate fluctuation is not satisfactory. Complaints about the amount of rate fluctuation when a player leaves in the middle of a match and lost. This is, oh my god, I hope they punish the dodgers more. Because when someone dodges, they get like 12 elo loss, and then they get like a 5-minute like ban from playing ranked, and then they're back in it like nothing happened. And then I would like the rate fluctuation amount to reflect the content of play in the match. Very cool, very cool. The development team is aware of these comments and issues, and we are currently working on modifications for each of them, adjustments, revision to require points for rank and tier promotion. We will be changing the required rating to go up in each rank and tier. The change values are as followed. So they lowered it actually. Let me see if I can look up the ranks, the original ranks. So Master was originally 66, now it's 4,200. Diamond was 58 to 66, now it's 34 to 4,000. This is gonna be interesting. That means, oh man, it's gonna be a lot more difficult for new type players. And this, in theory, should actually increase how quick it is for each of us to get a game. It's actually really good. Reinstating placement matches. They're gonna have 5 placement matches, and the rank after 5 placement matches, they also gain access to season rewards. That's nice. And then the next season, they're gonna have a reset on ranks. So we will be resetting the ratings of all players from season 1 moving into season 2. So if you were bronze, you'll be silver. If you were silver, you'll be silver. Gold, you'll be gold. If you're plat, you'll be gold or plat. If you're diamond, you'll be plat. And if you're master, you're diamond. And if you're new type, you're diamond. So you're gonna have to climb back up to the diamond ranks, climb up to master, and then into new type. New modifier for initial rating change in ranked matches. In order to help newcomers to ranked matches quickly reach the appropriate rate range, special correction applied to the first 50 rounds of ranked matches to increase the amount of rate fluctuation. This correction will not be applied to players who are Diamond 4 or higher. This correction will be applied to players who have been playing since Season 1 but have participated in less than 50 ranked matches. Also, matches during the placement matches will be counted as the first 50 matches. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Change the party restriction in ranked matches. From Season 2, parties cannot play ranked matches together under any of the following conditions. The difference between the highest and lowest rated in the party is over 1,000 points. Party of 5 members, there is a diamond or higher player in parties of 4 or more. We will explain our reasoning for each of these conditions. We believe that too much of a gap between the rates of different parties can easily reduce the validity of a match and detract from the experience of playing with each other's teams. So we have reviewed the appropriate rate difference in changing the value required for rank and tier advancement and have decided to set it at 1,000, approximately 1 rank difference. When a party of 5 plays together, the 6th person is playing solo, and it makes it difficult to coordinate with the other team members, often making it hard to contribute, and often leads to a bad gameplay experience when compared to other situations. We have also received much feedback from you regarding this. In Season 1, the system was designed to minimize the number of matches between solo players and parties, with only about 12% of matches placing a solo player with a party. So we decided to make this overall change. Parties that included players in the high rank range had to be treated in a special way because it was difficult to evaluate their strength in the same way as other parties. As a result, it has been difficult to match players with acceptable opponents while maintaining a realistic waiting time for matching. And after careful consideration, we have decided to impose these restrictions. We are very sorry that these restrictions will limit your freedom of play, and we ask of you for your understanding in this matter. We will continue to monitor developments in the game, including feedback from our players with regard to party restrictions in ranked matches. And then there was also a revision to rate change for victory/defeat. The amount of points gained or lost will be smaller compared to Season 1. That's good. The difference in the amount of rating points gained or lost from other team members has also been reduced. The amount change will take into consideration the rating difference between the two teams in matchmaking. In a disadvantaged matchup, if the matchup is won, the points gained will be significantly boosted, and upon defeat, the points lost will be reduced. In an advantage matchup, if the match is won, points gained will be reduced, and upon defeat, the points lost will be increased. Oh, so they're basically making this balance, which is really, really good. From masters and up, the amount of points gained/lost gets incrementally smaller the higher the rating. That's good. And revision to party matchmaking logic. Okay, they're just messing with like the algorithm and the matchmaking system. Adjusted the matching logic for casual matches. When matching a casual match, we have adjusted the matching logic so that players with similar player skills will be matched. In closing, we talked about improvements made to the matchmaking and rating systems. We'll continue to monitor ranked matches in Season 2. Further changes and updates will be made after analyzing in-game data and feedback from you. If you can into any issues or frustration, I think I meant to say if you get into any issues or frustrations, played ranked matches in Season 2, do not hesitate to contact us and let us know. I don't like this. When matching in casual match, we have adjusted the matching logic so that players with similar skills will be matched. That's just goofy. Casual match is casual. It shouldn't matter what your rank is or even your skills. Just throw you into a match. And we made it to the end of the Season 2 patch notes regarding buffs, nerfs, and matchmaking fixes. This is going to be a Victus signing off, and take care, guys. Peace.